John McKeag here, Liberty Gate Academy, and we're going to do the economic crash course and Monday at noon. Okay, we have another event at Thursday at 7 p.m. Just put it on your calendar. I'm here live twice a week. I keep it regular so I'm easy to find, easy to ask questions of, and so on. So let me know what's on your mind. Go ahead and type anything in the chat box below, and we'll get to any questions you have. So here at Liberty Aid Academy, I'm the teacher at this school, and all the information is my copyrighted information. It's all from scratch. It's all tested, proven over a long period of time with my proven results on YouTube and dozens of students' testimonials. Proof on YouTube. And this is the only school with proof. There is no other school with proof at any level. Harvard and Yale, they don't have it. It's also the only proof of, I'm an accountant, right? A business guy. And so a master's in business administration, a master's in accounting, 2 separate master's degrees, and 40 years experience in business. So, and I posted my proof for a decade now, hundreds of videos. So you could be sure, hey, gee, how you doing? So you can be sure that the information you get here works, it's honest, it's truthful, and so there's no concern of, oh, will this work? So, we're getting into the economic crash course today. I'm going to talk about a little bit of information of what's going on so that people kind of have the basics in mind, and they don't get taken for a ride by, tall tales that they tell us. Let me look at this for a minute. So, everybody's concerned about the housing market and stuff like that in China, like all these things, right? So they crash the market here. This is, where foreclosures are at their all-time peak. This is, when the planned crash, 06, 07, it started at the end of 06 and 07, 08, and so on. I got hit with it end of 06. And so this is when lending was really easy, really literally, it was like credit cards. You know what I mean? It's called stated income. You just wrote your stuff down on a piece of paper, they give you a loan. That's it. If it matched the comps in real estate, you just, you had to have a credit score, but that was pretty much it. It was like how I teach to get credit cards now. And so many people, it drove the price of homes way up. And everybody had enough cash because you just buy a house, sell it for more a little bit later. But that quit, that quit here. And then foreclosures went up. And then they made lending easier finally. They didn't make it just stated income or whatever, but they brought interest rates down really far and the cost of housing come down and so on. But then they made it even easier at super low rates than they did COVID here, okay? And then they quit foreclosures. So here's the uptick. You follow me? Like, that's where we're headed right there. We're doing a bell curve, right? We're at the bottom and we're coming back up. We're going to do this side. So here's another way to look at it right here. I'm in the way here. But this is first 6 months of 2022, the foreclosure activity, right, is up. So you can see we hit the bottom and it's coming back up. And it's basically what they're getting to with the states. So, but there's another piece of this information which is equally important, and that's this here. And the yellow line is CPI or Consumer Price Index, like they just slightly driving up prices over time, not so slight, but driving them up over time of all goods, not just housing. And the blue line is housing costs. So You can see that they, here's the bubble of housing costs. Then it was like, oh, here's where it erected and the foreclosures were high. Then it got better, whoop, through the roof again. So obviously they're making, interest rates go up. Money's much harder to get. Dollars are harder to get a hold of. You see, it's harder to sell things because interest rate go up. Your monthly payment goes up, so you can't afford to pay more than a monthly payment for housing. Everybody's trying to max it out, and so people aren't going to get the prices they had if they can't sell their house, or they're going to quit. Oh, I'm running out of money. My situation changed. I need to sell this, but they can't sell it, so they can't make their payments. So real estate is less liquid because less people are buying it, and so but what happens is, and why they're raising interest rates is they want this to happen, this implosion. You know what I mean? Oh, everything went up. Then we'll plan it to go down. We'll plan it to go up. Then we'll have it go down. But over time, everything goes up because what? They're just printing money. They're always making more money, so they're always devaluing the currency. So the price of things always is going up like crazy, just always. It's not many people know, but we're in the time loop, right? 64 years. Hey, Tim. Uh, yes, happy day to you, Tim. No problem, no problem. Any thoughts? Throw them in here. So, you know, th- they devalue the currency over time. So we got 11 years left as of yesterday, right? As of 11, yeah, we have 11 years left in the time loop. So what's going to happen in the last 11 years? The rest doesn't matter. That's the only time that matters. So obviously there's going to be a driving down. There's going to be one of two things that happen right here in the near future, okay? Uh, hey, Kelly. How you doing? So there's going to be one of two things that happens in the near future. They throw more COVID money at it. That's this, right? We're COVID money. Whoop! Up through the roof. Everybody that knew to get COVID money, if you're on the other team, they got texted. They don't have to pay for anything. They just follow, you know, what they're told to do, and then everything works out for them. Do you follow me? Like they knew to get PPP and EIDL and exactly what to do. I got told by one of them. Uh, I got told by two of them, actually. Apple employees literally get texted what to do by as an Apple employee, they know, all of them know what to do, like as far as money and what to invest in and so on like that. Um, they're in on it, and you're not. So that's you just have to accept that. Until you, because how could prices for homes just go up and up and up, and everybody can always afford them? No, that's impossible. The few people who aren't one of them, there aren't that many. They don't know this is going on, so they just get screwed over. But if you remember your previous lifetimes, every lifetime is the same. It's the same time loop. So you know exactly, buy Apple, it'll be up, you know, it'll be up. And don't buy this and buy that and buy houses then and so on. I mean, if you know exactly what's going to happen when, then you operate appropriately based on that information. Now, in this chart right here, green, you can see HPI growth greater than CPI. So, in other words, housing costs is always more than consumer price index. It only, touches it here in the bottom of the worst recession, ever. How soon after opening the trust a bank account do I apply for credit for the trust? As soon as you want to. You have to do, register as Secretary of State, Tim. So that's the first step to getting credit. So you have to do that. So, right? So you got to do the steps. You could do it immediately. Start doing that immediately. Um, so you can see that housing costs never is always rising much more than than the CPI, which is crazy. So what they're doing is they're raising interest rates. This is going to come. The blue line is going to come down, and the yellow line is going to even out a little more. It's not going to go. It's not going to be as rising sharply. You know what I mean? It's going to level out a little bit. You follow? And so to make that happen, the price of homes has got to come in. It's got to do that curve. Whoop, got to do that hump on the way down, and then they come back and touch. So either they're going to do that and crash things, or they're going to send out more helicopter money. That's all there is. You see, there's nothing else they can do. There isn't anything else. There's no other possibility. So if you get your trust and do all the things in the course and do what Tim is saying and build your credit, you're ready for the helicopter money. Follow? If they do it. I don't. They just make up another event and oh, this happened to the world. That's why everything happened. So here's some stimulus money to the slaves that we know the right slaves that built the credit and did the things that they knew to do. And the regular anybody, they don't know what to do. That stuff I'm teaching you all at the school, but regular people, they don't know what to do these things. You see, they're just kind of out of luck on this stimulus money, so they just get driven out of the housing market. They don't have the cash, they don't have credit, they can't make payments. The homeless just increase. I read it. I couldn't find it for today's thing, but I read there was that we now have, and this is just what they say, right? But we now have 16 million vacant homes in the U.S. that they're admitting to. Can you imagine that? Just all these vacant homes and all these homeless. And it's just like, so what? That's our policy. This is just banker slavery. That's all it is. So, but if you're going to get a house, and you want to make payments and that's your thing or whatever, what's going to happen to the value of the house? Nothing. No, the value is not going to change, at all. The price is going to change. How many dollars you have to pay for it's going to change. It's going to go down in the short term unless there's helicopter money, and then, it's going to go up because it always goes up because they're always just printing more dollars for themselves. So either you sign up with them, like I went to the drum circle one night. I go a lot. I pray for them, and so I go one night. And, they don't have any money. They're talking around me. And I know, so one was like, oh, we should do this to get money and stuff. I was like, you want to get some money? You want to know how to get as much money as you need? I was like, get one of my trusts, okay? You get it ready. Don't sign it. Just you studied. You know what to do. Open it up and stuff like that, right? You know to do that. You studied. Okay, good. Now, right, day before you're going to open up that trust and open up your bank account, sign it, get it notarized, or earlier in the day, let's say, go down to Freemason Hall. That's what I told them. I was like, just go knock on the door. You might even not have to knock. You usually don't. They know you're coming. And you just go in and you take the offer. However much money, cash money, they give you into your bank account to sell your soul. You do it. But you just do it for that morning or whatever, the early part of the day. And then you sign the trust later today, go open your bank account, transfer the money in, got your soul back. Depending on how much your soul was worth. In 2016, the devil offered me $485 million. I didn't think of doing that at the time. You follow me? But cash money. There's no what you trick me getting my soul, or I trick you getting it back. What? How's that not fair? That's totally fair. Turnabout is fair play. So anyway, there's no way that people have the money for these houses out there. There's no way. There's only one way. There's one way. They're in the houses. They paid money for them at exorbitant prices. So, hey, Alex, how you doing? Good to have you. And, how else would they have the money to do it, right? They got serious helicopter money, but let's just be honest. They don't pay for housing, okay? They don't hold their lives to the standard that your life is, okay? Everything's a lie on TV. Oh, you got to get a mortgage to get a house. They don't. They get given everything. Everything's for free for them. Everything. They don't get bills within your family. The division is not like, oh, this family is like this and that. No, no, no. Divisions within families, so you get to see this. How other members of your family and friends and stuff have this holy life that doesn't make any sense, and they just get to do anything they want all day long and forever the rest of your life, and they have everything. You know, especially if you mutilate the body and uh, change your appearance of your gender and so like that and pluck out an eye even more, right? That's how they're getting these things. It's not via, how you're told. So you have to keep that in mind when you're thinking about, what you're willing to do for this housing and so on. I'm simply, after I got foreclosed and thrown out of a house in '07 '08, I'm just not willing to pay for the prices at a mortgage. I'm just not willing to do it. I'm looking for, I do other alternatives. I'm not saying don't do it. If it works for you, do it. You see, the price of homes going to go up. You know, the value of homes not going to go up. It's going to go down, right? Because it's not made by God. That'd be 69 or before. So think that's going to last forever. So those are just getting more scarce. Or made by people. That's just a bunch of crap that's going to wear out quick. So why are you paying so much money for that? And it's only going to last 11 years or whatever it is. Me, I prefer to be in a warm climate, go to the beach like most every day. That's where I am. Uh, Housing doesn't affect me that much because I got a mobile home with it's got like a rent cap on how much they can charge. They can't raise the monthly like being on the land fee except for a certain amount every year. So next 11 years, I'm pretty much in the place I need want to be, and it's not going to go up much every month to be there, and it's owned by a trust. Mobile home has a title. Plus, in Florida, who cares if you're in a mobile home because you're outside a lot, and it's beautiful weather. So, and they're since my body, the 55 and up thing is like crazy cheap down here. It's illegal in other states, but here it's so cheap. So I'm always looking at, what makes the most sense per the area and so on like that. So I get that housing matters and so on, but it matters a lot. Now, another thing on this too, let's just go into this. Like I said, I'm starting a new platform. It's going to be a church and, teaching things I can't teach at this school uh, over there. But what I'm going to start with uh, is someone's doing their testimonial now. Finally, I've got someone that, using the name Jesus Christ, how to get a free home. I'm going to get a successful testimony. And that's already been worked out. So she's just, in the process of taking the time to make the videos and so on like that. Because I want a couple testimonials with it, and her name, her address, someone who got foreclosed on, a widow, and how in the Bible it says those people that steal widows' homes will be treated most severely. So it's just funny that the first individual willing to come forward with this after years of this being successful is a widow. It's really amazing. So that testimonial is going to go out. I have a feeling that's going to change everything. Uh, I also want to make for this new platform. I'm just, they can't stop reality. They can't stop the truth. They can't. They can try and hide it, but the things that are going to change this, they can't stop. They can't stop God's name from being all powerful. They can't do that. So, that testimonial, that how you get a piece of real estate for free, right, or nothing, and you pay them nothing, and they can never take it. That's when everything changes. You follow me? And so I've been focused on that technology, not on, oh, how do I qualify to purchase a home and make the payments of blah, blah, blah. I'd rather be on here charging the least amount of money that I could charge to get the truth out, and not me having such high bills that anyone's ever going to stop me. You follow? You're never going to stop me. You never can come to this house. I'm under the trust. This place is under the trust. You're never going to stop me. You never. Never, never, never. I'll be here till Judgment Day. You can't do anything about it. So, you see, that was kind of my focus of why I chose what I did. Uh, you know. So, anyway, that is coming. Uh, that testimonial is going to come out. And you see, why would anyone pay $1? Why would anybody pay a nickel for a house? You follow me? If you get it for free, and I get the first testimonial, I'm going to get another, I'm going to get another, I'm going to get another. I'm going to. I know. I've been doing this for a couple years successfully for people behind the scenes. So, you know. And what I plan to do is, uh, for those people that are in the inner circle and know the truth about how to get a free home, this is what I'm gonna do. Is I'm gonna turn the homeless into an army of getting homes for free. Okay, Tim, it's in the mentor program. You already have the information, so read the book, Game of Souls. How to Get a Free House is in my book. I thought about, who would I like to emulate as an author? And it was Abby Hoffman. Not for his content, you know what I mean? He was a supposed radical or whatever. But he wrote a book called Steal This Book. And so when I was young, you know what I mean? Like grade school, whatever, there's this book. Like in the beginning of the time loop, it's right there, Steal this book. I was like, oh man, you're supposed to steal this book. Oh, okay. You know what I mean? It was such a great concept. Uh, so yeah, steal this house. You know what I mean? Whatever. I didn't name it that, but it's in there, you know? Uh, well, right. And so the testimonial on this is going to come out and change everything. You follow me? And so I'm talking about housing, but I'm also talking about this side of it too, because, um, they try to get us all amped up and all that kind of stuff, Uh, and as soon as these testimonials come out, because it's really easy to do, uh, this method, and it works. So as soon as the videos come out, as soon as people go, oh, wait, I'm gonna go check out that address or whatever. Where is that? As soon as they do that, what? It's over. Don't do for cheap, Kelly, right? Sell your soul for a lot of money. Yeah, but I say don't sell your soul. It's already sold to the devil. You see what I'm saying? The devil's already got you. It's a comeback. You follow me? It's like, well, wait a minute. Come back. Because right before you sign the trust, it's like, oh, or right after, too. It don't matter. The devil's like, well, let's just rip off that piece of paper. There you go. Everything's cool now. It's always on. Well, no, the soul is sold by the parents, so it's the unselling that has to happen, you know. But here's the thing about this information, when housing becomes free, and that process happens by more than just a couple, because there's heaven, there's hell, and then there's never coming back, right? There are three options, not two, right? You go to heaven or hell, but then you come back from those places generally, almost everyone does. But then there's ones who don't return. That's why you get out, you know. And so that's the goal, not just heaven is one day here. And then if it's 1,000 years there, oh, 1,000 years of peace. So it was one day here, start again. No, but if you want to get, win the game, you have to do something. And you want to have knowledge by experience. Like I have knowledge by experience. I could share it, I could teach it as well because I have knowledge by experience. If you want that knowledge by experience, you have to do. In other words, you can't only listen to me and be, oh, now I understand everything. That doesn't change your karmic situation, not knowledge alone, by non-action. And an intellectual knowledge isn't enough. You know, oh, you love everybody and that's it. Oh, see, I know how to get out. I read it in the Bible. I'm out. No, sadly, it doesn't work that way. You see, you have to be the one that has done what no one has done. You see, or one of the very, very, very few that have done what no one but those very, very few have done in the service of God and others. You see what I'm saying? And this is the penultimate task, right? To overcome the bankers and take back the real estate for God instead of the devil has it. You see what I'm saying? That is the ultimate triumph and what precipitates the end of this game and why I'm totally focused on it at all times and have been for many years to cause the end of time, right? I'm under orders to cause it. By just giving out the information, or I'll make a video if nobody else will. I'm trying to help others, you see what I'm saying? But I've been held back. I'm like, don't do the free house yourself. Because what? I would have done every single miracle and left none for others. You see what I'm saying? And then nobody gets out but me. That's not really helping others. That's no good. I've already done like every miracle, except for this, and this is one that is in the Bible. So you do it, you win the game, and then you don't go to hell for sure. And then if you're one of the few that do this and follow it through and so on, you're looking at not reincarnating. Plus, already if you sign the trust and you stick to what you agreed to, you can't be killed, right? So that's going to be death and taxes are absolutely both. You could get out of them both, and to get a free home in the process. So no one's giving out this information or the information of the time loop and so on. No one has the information except for the other team. They all have it. They all have it. But no humans have, reached Christ consciousness. So that's why I'm starting a church too, because, all churches are fake. You have to have God's grace and other, to give it. It's like water flows downhill. You know what I'm saying? If you haven't been given the truth that you're not sharing it, in other words, you can't share the time loop information. You can't show we're in a dome because of crystal Christ. All the basics I teach. You know what I mean? No one in any church teaches those things, the basics of our reality. So they all deconsecrated themselves by closing their doors during a supposed health crisis. Well, that's why you open them, right? But of course, Jesus he never had a church, a physical building. So I'm not looking to do that until, one day maybe it happens to prove to everybody. But, anyway, so those are the factors at play. You see what I'm saying? There's like the straight world is getting unattainable, basically. You can't even get just a regular house that used to cost like, at the beginning of the time loop in 69, it was like, you get a house for $5,000. A great neighborhood, great house, whatever, Now that house is like literally like $1.5 million or $2 million. What? Seriously, that's like the house that my was in my parents. I got it for like $5,000, and 2 years ago or whatever, it was, hey, look, it's $1.5 million. It's like, what? It wasn't that great of a house. It just wasn't. DC, whatever. There it is. And so, how could that, from 5,000 to $1.5 million how can that constantly go up without just being insanity? You know what I'm saying? Without it just super imploding. It can't. It's supposed to super implode soon. You see, there are 4 years before the 7 years of woe. Anyway, that information is information I need to get out on that platform and so on, because I really can't go into all the details here or they'll shut the school down. So I'll do it under a church, and I'll do it using Bible quotes, or Chicago. Right, Chicago. 25 or 6 to 4, 6 to 4. 6 to the 4, 64. Come on. 25, 7, 2 plus 5, 7, 7. So the song is, right? Chicago song, 725 or 64. They always sing about this in every single song. They sing about Judgment Day and the 64-year time limit. You haven't been listening. But literally almost every song they sing is that. It's crazy. So you go up 2 plus 5, that's the 7 plays. Go up the 7 plays. And the song, the guy sits down and cross-legged. He's like, either I'm going to God or I'm getting turned to ash. What is Judgment Day? That's what that song is about. Everything is about that 64. No one has ever decoded that song properly except for today. You see, that's why I have to go over to this other platform to bring that over there. But I tell you, what's up on that other platform? Be set up right back to Liberty Aid Academy if you don't have the trust. Don't come over to this church unless you get the trust. No, what? I don't care. No, don't come here. You haven't signed your soul up. You're just gonna be a problem. So hit the road. What? I don't care. Don't come around here. I got nothing for you. You see what I'm saying? But once that church starts and that free home testimony is up, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm with you, Jack. Free us. Yeah. So what if there was a little business card, right? What, I'm telegraphing my work. I do that. I do that to tell the devil, all the opposing team, everything, what I'm gonna do. Then I go do it. I overcome them, and they're powerless, and there's nothing that they can do. You can't stop me. I'm with him. I'm under orders. There's nothing they can do. I'm still alive. I'll still be live twice a week here. I'll still be doing all this stuff. Yeah. But what if there were a business card that got handed out to the homeless that said, free home contest. Enter to win. Because all you do, you enter and then you won. One business card changed Earth. Send them to a lake. They watch the thing. Oh crap! I just do that and I'm in, and I get a free house, no paperwork. Yep. Here you go. Anybody else? Free home. There are millions of homeless. What? The wall is coming down, right? put put everybody on what's that stuff? Oh God, what's that crazy drug they're giving out on every street corner now instead of heroin, right? And killing everybody. I give that to all the free houses to all the addicts. There, what? Now they're feeling better. They're not quite so, they're inside. They chilling out. I don't need that stuff anymore. Fentanyl, right? I don't need my fentanyl fix no more. Being homeless is tough out there. Having done it, having lost my home and all that, it's not easy. So I'm always focused on those people were wrong. The bank never signs a document. So no debt is collected legally, period. It's not. I've tried suing them 50 times to try and tell them. They don't care. They know they sold their soul to the devil. They know where they work for the devil. Everyone in at every level of government, they all know it. They all do it. It's all on purpose. It's all a plan. They get all the free housing. They get all the free everything. They don't pay bills. They don't do. That's their life. Or you get screwed over by them. Because I'm with God. Oh well, we hate you, right? Because you're like you're in a crab pot. You know what I'm saying? Like throw the crabs in there, put a steam them. And take the lid off. You try and claw out. One of the other ones are like, get in here, and die with us, right? You don't get out. That's what they're like. Because what? They're cowards. They have so many more abilities than us. Anyway, I'm really kind of going off on, I guess, this tangent of this new platform, which is information that people need. Okay? And it's going to be a solution in another way that people haven't seen coming, except for the very few people that are in the school, which I recommend, you really continue with. So let's keep going on with some of this. Sorry about that. So really, all this information, that you're getting from me. It's all copyrighted. It's, something. It's all I created myself by doing. So I'd really appreciate it, if you get into school, use it, and then, be a part of the school and in the classroom and stuff, and really, take it from where you are and take it out into your life and your family and stuff and use it. But, don't turn around and backstab me and sell it because you don't know what you're doing. I have people, literally different schools out there, that I taught some information to that none of them even have a high school degree, and they're just ruining people's lives. So please just use the information, save your life. Like, I'm trying to not create negative karma for people. Um, like, I feel like I'm pretty helpful. This is pretty affordable, so you don't have to steal it. I'll give you the answers. They'll all be correct. Um, you have to go do your own service after that because you haven't done this by experience and all this work and the master's degrees and the decades of experience in business. I can answer everyone's question. Plus, I'm on the spiritual hierarchy, so no one can stop me from any question. Period. No, it's impossible. So, I know you want to help people. Do take this information and go help people. You want to help people? I mean, getting a free house and doing a testimonial, the address and stuff. I mean, let's just say it. You automatically go to heaven, period. No matter where you die, you will automatically go there. It's automatic. Well, because almost no one has done that. You see what I'm saying? Like God's watching all the time. It's like, oh, look at this one. Look at this one here. Uh-oh. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm going to say about this church. Get you out of death. Get you out of taxes. And guarantee go to heaven. I can say, hey, anyone who uses this method, that's what they do. Because what is Jesus, an idiot? No. Who were we enslaved by? The beggars. So they're charging us, they get the houses for free at the beginning of the reset loop, and then they're like, we're going to charge you. It's like, why don't you just give them out for free? Why? Because we have to battle for our soul. There has to be a, antagonist that we have to overcome the devil in this preset script. But it's a preset script that is going to be overcome, and they can't touch me or you or anybody once you sign the trust and operate this trust. So, it's kind of like playing a carnival game. It's not really fair. That's why I'm not allowed to do this before some other people do it, because I'll just, I'll take all the air out of the balloon. It's like, sorry, collapse the world. It's over. No one made it. Just him. You weren't supposed to do that, by the way. I'm like, well, I couldn't help it. I really wanted to stick it to the devil. But no, I'm on pause on doing it myself, gathering the information and so on and setting the stage for it to happen, which has already happened, but then to play out in public. You see? That's the end of it, where, the government that nobody really likes and stuff like that is pure evil and basically making everybody slaves of the bankers. They have to lose. They lose. Of course they lose. So, anyway, that's what's up. And in the meantime, you gotta open your trusts up, right? You just get into school and you open up your trust. It's a piece of cake. And then what happens? You get your trust open, right? And then you qualify for all the free stuff. Because, what? This is how you set up. I had a question yesterday. It was really a great question. It was really a great question. Someone was like, "Hey, you're getting Social Security? I thought you didn't like Weeby 33." I'm like, "Yeah, I don't." But they stole everything. No one else has anything but them. Who else are you going to get dollars from? Or housing from? Or anything from? You can't get it from anyone else. No one else has it. Anything. So you have to get it like that. You see what I'm saying? You have to, everything is unfair. Okay? The bottom line law that, get screwed over here, your next life, is better. Okay, great. But that doesn't fully help you here, So you have to attend to it. You have to do what work you can, uh, The parasite has sucked up everything here. It's only a giant parasite. So you have to go take from the parasite, right? That's what you have to do. That took everything. It is selling. Oh, you're selling. Oh, whatever. So you take everything you could possibly take from that thing in a legal way, and then you find out this other technology that I teach, and you're like, oh, uh, let me see how I can get some of that free stuff, free housing, and so on. And the dominoes start to fall. Those early adopters of the truth that go out there and physically do things like, oh, I got a free home, I made a testimonial, I did everything. There. You know what I mean? They're going to heaven, they know it, they'll have had that experience where they get known that happens. And so those few people that, get that snowball to finally form a ball and roll down that hill, wow. They're the nucleus, they're the center of that coming snowball. They're still in the center of that, you know what I mean? At the nucleus. And so that's kind of how the spiritual hierarchy works. It's like whoever's at that nucleus, the snowball starts to happen and you have an effect on others around you. As some of those people, change. And not many, but that snowball starts to head downhill. And then Judgment Day. And everybody gets judged. That's it. So in the meantime, we take what we can, okay? Keisha! I got your name right. My God. I probably got it wrong earlier in this talk, but Keisha. Get it from them for free. They're the only ones that have it. No, exactly. Right? The bank never signs a document. Everything, they're just stealing everybody's everything. It's a game of musical chairs where it's like, well, my neighbor got their home stolen today, so it wasn't me, so everything's fine. It's like, how is that fine? It's not fine with me. My neighbor home gets stolen. I'm going to tell a real story. I'm going to tell a real story. During the pandemic here, right? Was it during? Right before. Man, it was close. Yeah. No, it was right after. That's right. Right after the thing. Anyway, the mobile home park I'm in is a really tiny little thing, and it's an adjunct to this other managed by this other company. Like the same company has another larger property in another location, totally separate location, which is great because they never even hardly come by here. It's great. It's not a great, they don't keep up with things that great here, but they're never here, so it's pretty good. But this other place, they had an 82-year-old guy there that couldn't pay his lot rent. So the manager of the company, right, goes by and gives him a foreclosure notice, like, hey, it's time to get out, and stuff like that. Takes that again and blows her head off. Pow! Got what she deserved. That's moral. That's ethical. That is a right. That man was in the right. Okay, he did the right thing. I pray he's in heaven right now. Good for him, right? But then he shot himself, but so he did make it. You're like, hey, and then he's So that's what I'm saying. That was because he didn't have the knowledge that you have, that I have, that we don't have to do that. You see what I'm saying? We have a God that already knows we're slaves of the bankers, already has a solution built into the system, already has a saint telling everybody how it is and getting testimonials out there about this, okay? That's what's going to happen soon. That's the information that people need, so you don't have to, hey, all the police, all of them know they're stealing homes in foreclosure for the bankers. They all know. You think they don't know? You're wrong. You're wrong. They all know. They all know. You think they don't all know? They all know. Why are they doing it? Why are they being so horrible? Because eventually they will create, someone will, come upon this knowledge that I've come upon, that some other people are using to get these homes for free, using God's name. That's why they're doing it. I've forgiven the devil and all its minions because it is required to perform this role exactly the same every time, or it's not fair. And so you have to use the method that wins or not. And your outcome is that you know what it's going to be. If you end up in hell, you knew. So don't put it on me. You knew. You know now, currently. So, hey, that's just the way it is. It's of course it's a total scam, but we have a savior. We have a method to use. It can be done. It's done perfectly. Just because it worries you, and there's anxiety, and there's all this internal releasing of programming, right? As you come to this happy place, it's like, oh, God loves me, so I can have a free house. That's true. That's the thing that's true. The other things are just concerns that they have implanted upon you that are not true. Do you follow me? So, as you're coming to this truth, as you're processing this, as you're making decisions on what to do based on your, processing the knowledge, acting upon it step by step, and so on, and seeing these testimonials, seeing everybody's success, uh, there's still 11 years left. Like, this is, think of what I've done in 11 years. Showed everybody how to get out of debt, right? Showed it can't be killed, so you can't be killed. No taxes, right? Found the trust. So many things that I've done in the last 11 years. That's all I've had, really 10 years since I started this. So we're in the halfway point. Think of the rest of the miracles yet to come. Do you follow me? They are going to get so stomped on. You follow me? Because we're at the halfway point. Basically, you have the information, the truth, to beat them at the halfway point. You see the same from when I started this in the 0708 crash stuff, right? And then come to the truth in like 2012. Oh, this is how you beat that, blah, 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 blah. Great. I'll put it out in public. So now we're 2022. That's 10 years. So we got 11 left. You know all the truth now. So, who's going to do what? That's what we're, like, who's going to do what? Alex, I get a little more information. I got a little more information I could add to your work. Oh, good. Fantastic. Tim, I will help you get more homes to needy people. Exactly. And that's why I'm making a church so that, the methods that I'm going to have over there, of course, some of them will be by donation and some of them will be completely free to everyone, like the free house method, you know what I'm saying? But I'm also going to put like my dad information over there and so on. I can't operate a school without donations coming in. I can't do it. I have a team. I have people. I'm putting this money out to start this new project on my own. Nobody's throwing out money at me. Nobody ever has, ever. Everybody's make their donation at the school. That's cool, but nobody came along and said, "Dude, you are the man." Right? Like I see you're the guy. Here's 100 grand. Don't tell anybody I gave it to you. Crush them. Nobody has ever done that. Nobody's ever done that with $1,000. You see what I'm saying? Nobody's ever done that. So I want to. I have a decade of proof, and maybe I didn't deserve it before. That's fine. But I started a church, and I started, putting this out in public and so on. Hey, you know, I'll make it so people could donate so that I could more focus on that work. Because really, this financial stuff that's a piece of cake, ain't it? Everybody that's got in it and done it, some of them they want to block you on certain things from getting it all the way. But as far as once you have the knowledge, just like crap, they had it before. It's pretty easy. This stuff's pretty easy. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, get everything you can from the government. Keisha, I want to help people free housing. Yes, exactly. Right. And many people will want to help with that, Keisha, and I appreciate that. That's why I'm like hyper focused on getting this sorted and making it easy and getting this testimonial. And there are listen, I know there are other people that are either listening live or going to listen later to my work, and I know you're getting a free house using His name, Jesus Christ. So if anyone else could come forward and do a testimonial, I know there are other people. I know there's some out there for years that have been doing this actually. And so If you come forward and do that, I will put this on the new platform and so on. And any way I can help you out, I will. Right? I've had to, give something for every testimonial practically. Um, so anyway, that's what's going on with everything. This is, kind of how you fix it is get the trust, right? Get all the free stuff for the government, get all their free money, right? And then, end of the day, uh, you've solved your financial situation by having your money in a trust that can't steal it. You get all the free government uh, resources that you can, monthly payments, everything. Because your person, your straw man, what? Oh, it doesn't have anything anymore. It has a great credit report, has great credit. I teach you how to do that. But it doesn't have any bank account or anything. So give me all your free money. I have nothing. I'm homeless. Give me everything, right? Monthly payments, give me all that money. That's legal to do. That's gaming the system, they call it. So what? You game the system on us and try to make slaves. So turnabout's fair play. I'm gaming the system up on you all the way to the point where you're going to lose your system. You're the ones gaming it on us. You couldn't be fair. It's all free houses to you, and it's all like slavery to us. That's not fair. Simply not fair. That's why things are changing. That's why I'm compelled to change them. Okay. So listen, I can't help people if you don't get this trust. If you don't switch your affiliation from We Me 33 the Devil, if you don't do that, I can't help you. There's nothing I can do. I've made that extremely affordable to do with financial benefits for the rest of the days of your life. I made it pay way more than itself. Made it pay so much money. Just switch your affiliation, okay? I'm not going to help you unless you do it. I'm not. Even at the church, I'm not going to help you. I'm just not. Why? It. I haven't really helped you. You see, you haven't switched your affiliation. You're bound for hell. You listen, you don't listen, whatever. Your situation hasn't changed. I'm not going to waste my time on you, right? I'm not going to put a seed on a rock and pour water on it. It won't grow. It's not going to grow. So I'm not going to waste time on that. No, 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 no. So that's what's up. That's what's going on. I try to keep people informed so they have the information. Obviously, times are coming difficult. Get the trust, build a credit profile, get ready for the helicopter money. I mean, they're either going to do that or they're going to send everything down, right? They can only do that for so long. They're like, that they send out helicopter money again. They do. They always do. That's how it comes up again. Oh, lending is super cheap and easy again. Oh, at low interest rates. So you prepare when they're shoving out all the money. And in the meantime, if you need a bunch of cash, you have built all your credit for your person, whatever. And if you run out of cash, just go buy gold coins. Take everything you can. Oh, my credit report gets wiped. Worst case scenario, my report for my person gets wiped in 7 years. So thanks for the 100 grand plus in gold. Go cash it in. Put it in your trust account. You got over 100 grand in cash. Hey, that helps. You know? What? Credit is overrated. What's it for? Normalizing a revenue stream. Other than that, what's credit for? What? Becoming slavey up on, interest. No, just thanks for the credit. Everything unsecured, I'll take everything you got. Now, literally, within a week, I took everything you got. It's not yours anymore. It's mine. Well, it's not mine. It's in the trust. I have nothing. Still getting all the free government and everything. And thanks for the money, bankers. Oh, what? I've done that a couple times. There's nothing negative about it. There's just negative marks on your credit report. So what? You got cash money for that. What's the negative thing on your credit report? That's doesn't do it. What? Who cares? Right? House is going to be for free, so who cares? Who cares? Thanks for the money. Thanks for the gumballs, Mickey. Thanks. Okay. People that are doing this work, you were very far ahead of the, rest of the humans. Like, you're so far out in front, you really have to sit there and process, 25 or 64, right? You gonna sit there on the floor, you just go pray to get that 7 plate, or you gonna move? You gonna move it, you know? Are you gonna save your brothers and sisters, your neighbors? Are you gonna save them? How can you save them? By showing how they can be saved. You actually have to do it. Hey, I did it. I got the free home. I did all this stuff. Here I am. God watched you like, okay, you're coming home. Cool. If you show them, well, I'm gonna make you the home you come to. We sit right here. Hey, how you doing? You're with me. You really screwed them over. Yeah, high five. Right? Thanks. High five. High five. Perfect masters. Right? High five. Uh, okay. I think unless someone else has something on their mind. I do the Trust Crash course Thursdays at 7. I go into all the details. This is I talk way more about this. The ease of doing this is really so easy, but everyone has this. Oh my God, can't get out of death in Texas. Actually, you know what? My next thing I'm concerned about, because any idiom they have is lie, right? Can't get out of death in Texas. Total, absolutely baseless lie. It's a lie. How about the other thing, right? Money can't grow on trees. I wonder if that's exactly where money comes from. They say it doesn't grow on trees. It must. You follow me? All idioms should be reversed to find out reality. Tim, it's great to have you along. You really, you're focused on the right things. Looks like you're really doing this work. That's great. So far, man. I'm just sitting at the end going, please come. I'm lonely down here in Christ consciousness by myself. Anybody else want to partake? It's like, please, I don't want to step on the ants. You know what I mean? Could you please, add water? Boop. Oh, here, hey, you made it. Look at you. No, but it's a process, okay? Don't get down on yourself. It has it's all mostly mentally and physically difficult to overcome your programming, right? That's the hard part. Once you do that, then it's like you just act on it, right? Oh, well, let me see if this is real. Let me see, you know. Well, I mean, go Google what's the worst could happen to you if you squat on a house or whatever. Get a free house, right? What's the worst? Nothing. Like a third-degree trespassing charge or something. Or you could pay a mortgage. What? Seems like cost-wise as an accountant, right? That seems like maybe I'm going to find out if that free house, right? Because there's no downside. I already did it myself. I walked in and out of a house. A dozen cop cars came. Freaking helicopter. The banker in the black SUV. All that. Walked away. They can't touch me. What? Oh, I can take this for free? Oh, but I'm not supposed to. Okay. Hey, nice to meet you. See you. See you later. See you later. Right? You can't do nothing to me. I'm going to stomp your ass. I'm going to just tell everyone, okay, it's all safe? Good. Thanks. Bye. What? It's so easy to do. Your mental programming is stopping you from doing it. Nothing else. Nothing else. It was so unusual when I went to this house to do this. Literally, it was so unusual. Literally, after staking out of the house and figured it out and stuff like that, literally go to the front door to do this. And there's a picture of Jesus there, right there with flowers on the door. I was like, and the candles and stuff. I was like, what in the? I was like, how is? I was dumbfounded. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then just walk away after all the cops. I was like, this is so. I wish I had filmed this. Crap. Uh, you know, but so I did it because I would have won the game and shut the game down for everyone, right? And so how hard is it then if you have it all on film, no works and stuff? It's really, you didn't take any what you consider a risk. My proof is posted for a decade. I'm telling you something is real. It's real. Then I post the proof and it'll told you. You could have done it on early and got the spiritual juice, but you waited for the you know, the testimonial, you lost a lot of spiritual juice. You could have just been, that guy never lies, I'm going to go do it. But you did it. So, you know, that's how everybody gets lined up in their spiritual outcome, by their decisions or when they do things and what they do. Just telling you. Saints in training. Uh, let's see what we got here. Alex, good feedback. Thank you. Silver, what course should I do after the trust? Really, you should do them all. You should get the bundle course. So you should write us an email, contact at Liberty Aid, and be like, "Hey, I got the trust, but I don't have the rest of it. Can I get that discount of the bundle thing?" You should write us and be like, "Jack said I might be able to get in there, and then we'll work some out with you." That's what you should do. Uh, Otherwise, it's hard to say what to do. You know what I'm saying? The mentor thing is where you pretty much do everything with the trust but not build credit. So I would say get in the mentor thing, but you're going to want to double back and get that credit in case of helicopter money, right? And you're like, free house. Oh, that's in the inner circle. So really go for the bundle thing. All the information is hyper relevant and all folds together. You'll have like very few questions and all your questions answered. That's why I make 60% off plus with a bundle deal of all the information, because my goal is to get you all the information, not just a piece of it. You see, so great question, Silver. I would do that, please. Okay, and then the process of that is find your how you get your trust, right? The receipt, and just forward it to us. And in that forwarded email, go, hey, I got the trust a while back. I'd like to get the bundle deal. Can we work something out? My team is already waiting for that email. We'll help you out. Okay. That's a great question, Silver. Thank you for that question. Okay. I don't want to, the early adopters of doing this trust and so on, I want to make sure they're treated fairly and, because they come in early and they got the ball rolling and, this thing's been successful from day one. So you deserve to be treated well as a student because you did well. Okay. Uh, Sean, how do we collect EBT food stamps without having to prove that we are looking for jobs? Uh, there are different ways to do that, but that's not always possible to do that, right? One loop they had before is you could volunteer for 25 hours, 20 hours a week, something like that, whatever the job amount of hours. It wasn't that you got paid money. You just need to be working somewhere. So you could be working at a trust. If there were two trustees, a trust could give you a letter. Oh, he's working at our church. And that's what he's doing with his time. And then you get the food stamps like that, using a trust. Good question. Keisha, yeah. Same trading. Mark, need to speak to you on how to set up SSDI. Well, it's in the mentor program. Go in there and see the training, but it's pretty easy, right? You eventually, easiest way is just walk into an emergency room and be like, hey, I blah, blah, blah. Whatever your line's going to be, whatever your story's going to be, right? And they give you some pills you don't take, and then you got your paperwork, and then you take that on down to Social Security. You're like, hey, I'm Section 8, baby. Give me some money. And they deny you a couple times. It takes like 18 months. And then you hire a lawyer who gets a cut of the first, payment, which is accumulating as of the day you apply. And then you're like, anyway, that's in the mentor program. But, that's how you do it. It's going to take a long time. They're going to say no a couple times. The lawyer's going to get a cut. You stick to your story. That's it. There you go. Jack, my wife can't get her SS. It's not SSDI. It's SSD or SSI. Because I make too much money. How can I get so she can get SSD? Well, your wife. Well, maybe you should never join any kind of entities. She shouldn't join them because there's nothing positive that happens from that. So, in other words, two people can't be a person, but you could join up your persons and then this kind of crap happens, right? A true marriage is when two people trust each other and sign a trust under God. That's where you're truly married. So when you sign a trust together and operate that's when you're actually truly married. So you should probably separate those persons, and then that won't apply. You follow me? That's the method. Good question. So, okay, that's it. Thank you everyone for coming. Listen, you have to inform people. I'm totally hidden out there. People can't see me, my comments on this stuff. What's the point of getting on social media? They just chop me right out of it. So, you know, put up my videos, put up the information, stuff like that. We'll stay open because we get new students. We pay for most of what we make. Honestly, it goes to the team of people who work here, and paid advertising. We pay a lot of advertising, like to find new people, to find students. But you can make it a lot better, and we can keep course prices down by you getting the word out, and we'd appreciate it. So thank you when you do. Really, really helps a lot. Thank you for coming. Thursday at 7 p.m. Please come back. This is the Economic Crash Course. Get the trust, get the information from the school. It's the only thing that can help you out, okay? I've proven that it's worked before. It works all the time, works for everyone. Worked for the last giant problem with the PPP and EIDL, so it's going to work for the next big problem they throw at us, okay? Okay, thank you for coming, everyone. Have a wonderful week. Thursday